Hello and welcome back to the sawmill shed. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to start working on getting this this lean-to roof done. And well, the way the year is going, we're not going to get a roof on this whole building, but getting the lean-to done is kind of priority because there's enough room in here. I can get 3 or 4 tractors along with the spreader. So getting those under cover is definitely a bonus. The mill, it's been outside for years already. It's not hurting it to be outside, so eventually we'll get the roof up. It'll probably be next year before that happens, but we're just running out of time this year. Things are moving too quickly here. Winter's coming. So a while back, Carl and I sawed up the 2x8s for the rafters, so let's head over to the pile and take a look at those. All right, these have been sitting here a couple weeks now drying in the sun, and they are pretty much ready to go up. So there are 2x8, 14 foot. The ones behind it are the 20 footers for the sawmill shed itself. They are good and dry, but we got to focus on the lean-to first. So we'll come grab the loader, move these over, get the F12 out of there, and I'll start putting them up. So now I got the F12 moved, I wanted to point this out. These are the boards that 𝐿𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐿 sawed with me for that one log. I've got some more over there to saw up, and I got a whole pile of 1x10s over there we're going to use for the decking on that roof. So so our plan here is we added that extra pole out there. We got to go to that one as well, but I'm going to have to do that one last. But we're going to go every 4 feet and come off. So the ones that in between will rest on this header board. And there's actually another header board that's going to get screwed to the inside as well, just for extra support. That's a 2x10. We managed to saw those. Mostly this 2x6 on the outside is just to attach the face, the wall board to. We're going to face this off so it's kind of closed up more. But yeah, we're going to attach it basically to the bottom of that 2x8 up there to the pole and come off there down. So pretty straightforward. I'll go ahead and bring the first one in, carry it up the ladder, and screw it on. Shit. Not enough angle. Yeah, there we go. All right, first one's up. We're just fine on clearance for the auger here. And I just put 2 lags in it. Geez, that sun is bright. But I left it extended out, so we're going to put a header board on the back side and probably on the front side as well, just to support that some extra. But getting them up there and started is key. So I'm very happy with the look of this though so far. I mean, that's a good angle. Should be plenty to get the snow off. And that also, what that does is once we start on the rafters itself, it gives us a working platform. So that'll definitely help. Now before I get too carried away here, somebody's going to ask what I'm using for screws. These are Torx screws. They're 1/4 by 4 3/4. They are a big screw, and these got some pretty high rating on them. This will work really well for this, but like I said, we're going to do some extra bracing. A little extra stuff just for extra support, but 2x8 should definitely hold up well for us. Well, there. As many as I can get up by myself. I'm gonna have to wait for Carl to help me with the rest of them, because the one on the other end is gonna need. We're gonna have to get the board across the top to get our level, because we don't have that header board going all the way across. So we'll have to do it that way. In fact, let's walk down there. Okay, I don't know how good the lighting is out here, but see our header board there. We decided to throw that last post in after we got everything else done. And this post, that gave us an extra 4 feet of building. But we didn't continue that board on, which we really should have, but we're not going to anyway, because that is the end of the roof of the main shed over there. So there's no point in continuing it. So what we're gonna do is we'll come out here, we'll screw a board across the top to get our our height where it needs to be, and then we'll butt up against it. So I'll probably just screw to the face of that other board, header board up there, and then we'll butt up to it, and that'll get our pitch all the same, resting it up here. And I think I'm going to double up these ends as well. So we'll put two of them on here, two of them down on that end, and as you saw, I put two of them here in the middle. And depending on what we got for lumber, I think I'm going to be one short. I would like to double up every post. We may still do that, may cut another 2x8 for that. But we're going to leave it from here because some of these were still a little heavy, still a little wet. So we got it anchored on the top end. It's just floating out here, not tied down. That will allow it to dry better. You know, it's out in the elements, out in the sun, so it'll dry up nicely, and then we can finish the anchoring and stuff. So I guess we'll stop the video here and we'll come back to it in probably a few days. All right, one more thing before we take a break from this video, and when we come back we'll be working on the rest of the rafters and the sheeting. But so these screws are a Torx screw. I ordered them online after I went to our local Menards store and saw the price of these things. So I bought a 5-pound box online for $30-some, 4 3/4 1/4-inch. Very nice screws. Menards was like $100, maybe more. In that whole box I had one that was not headed properly. So out of 160 screws in there, just one bad one. I'm very happy with this. The funny thing is it's the same name brand, the same packaging, the same everything. I just ordered it online instead of from Menards. So I would have got this irregardless. I would have just way overpaid for it had I went to the local store. So very happy with these screws. I think they're going to work out well for us. All right, well, I guess back onto the roof. All right, guys, so Carl is way too busy to help. He's gotten some big jobs that have prevented him from getting out here to help. So we have visitors plugged in at one of many camper plugs here. And that one visitor is my father-in-law. So he is helping me today. In fact, he's over there screwing right now. So let's go see what he's got going.
Bees sure like me over here.
Yeah, they're in full force today.
They are. Oh, shit. Sun is my eye.
All right, so yesterday we decided to do some more bracing up here because we were just concerned about the weight of the snow and everything, and so we really added quite a nice big header up there. Everything's secure, and now the next step is to cut off these excess poles, which we just sunk them in the ground. We didn't measure or anything. We're just gonna take a chainsaw now and do some creative carving.
deeper.
Well, there it is. I'm very happy with that. Looks nice. I'll have to get the steel ordered now. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm glad we're at this far. Now I got to call up Aero Building Center. They've got stores all over up here in the upper Midwest, and their quality is significantly better than anything I could get locally, you know, from the big chain store Menards that I will not go to anymore. None of this came from there. None of it. Not a piece, not a screw, not a, you know, impact driver bit, nothing came from that store. So very happy about that. All locally sourced, sawn here on my own mill. You know, the poles were locally sourced. So very happy with the outcome here, and very happy my father-in-law Todd could be here to help get us this far. So I'm hoping we get the steel on yet this year. If not, I'll just get a tarp up here just to get everything covered, but very happy with where we got today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned, lots of cool stuff coming, and check out the older content. We've got a lot of cool stuff. In fact, sawing a lot of this lumber is some of the older content, so check out the sawmill videos. And until next time, get out in your shop and get it done right the first time.